Today I'm going to be breaking down Stand By You by Pheelz, where I'm going to be talking you through some of the things that I'm listening out for and picking up on, both as a promoter and as a curator. I tell you what, guys, it has been a busy day. I was in Birmingham, shout out to the Birmingham crew, this morning in the city centre. Went from there to London and then from London back home. And yeah, now I'm about to sit here and make light work of this, to be honest. I'm joking, by the way, right? I'm not that ignorant or arrogant, actually, far from it. But yeah, listen, it's been a long day, but that is what we do. You know, we work hard and we get ish done. And then finally, before we do actually get into the breakdown itself, I have put out a shorts video for this week's fan favorite. So if you do have a track that you want me to review or break down, that is 100% the best place to go and put it. So if you do, hop over to it, post it in the comments, and yeah, man, really helps out that segment of the channel, which one I really love now. It's actually becoming one of my favorite sections. And I know, you know, based on previous weeks, that you guys are loving it too. So yeah, man, let's do it.
Above you, so many lies, but girl, you're the truth. And I'm so proud to call you my boo.
Okay, right. So, opening thoughts on the track. I really like the pace of that melody. Right, it's pretty consistent. It's got a nice bounce to it. Yeah, you know, it's awesome. I like the fact that that Pheelz opened us up with just some kind of vocal runs and riffs. The beat actually threw me, if I'm going to be honest. I was expecting the beat, because the melody is quite pacey, I was expecting the beat to not match it exactly, because I think that would... I can't really imagine that working in this scenario. But anyway, but I was expecting the beat just to be a little bit more pacey, just because the melody was. But actually what we've got is a down-tempo beat. But that doesn't really matter because it works. Another thing that I really like, right, that we kind of get a glimpse of, but it's enough to provide a nice bit of ear candy, but also just a little bit of diversity within the vocals, is this kind of casual appearance of a female vocal that just kind of follows up on a few words here and there, throws in a couple of ad-libs and that. It's real nice. So listen, as far as an intro goes, it does exactly what it should do. It sets the tone and it lets me know what I'm going to get roughly throughout the rest of the track. I'll take it back. I won't take it all the way back to the beginning because we are 23 seconds in, but I will take it back just a few so you can pick up on some of those elements. Melody, vocal runs, beat, nice down tempo, female vocal there.
Forbidden love like it's taboo. Don't care what anybody might do. We put the haters in a review. My eyes are seen. So many shit on the street, and I've been through places.
Okay, right. Well, I'm happy, right? Because they've just introduced some strings. And listen, for me, right, like, I don't know whether I've said it before, but if there's a track that's got pianos in it and strings, I'm happy, man, because like it is like a match made in heaven, right? Those two things coming together. So I love the fact that they've brought those strings in. I like the fact that they're being played nice and slowly, and it's just a real man nice touch. I'll take it back just a few. Listen.
We put the haters in a review. My eyes are seen. So many shit on the street, and I've been through places you've never been. I know be soon more picking. I don't chop breakfast, lunch, and chop dinner. My heart is cold like the winter, but you want me up, Angelina. So I give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Girl, you like my work, and it's giving love.
Okay, right. This is getting better and better, right? So There's a couple of things here that I want to just kind of mention. So the first one is the transition, right, into this part of the track. What we get is, and I can't be 100% sure, I can only tell you what it sounds like. We get almost this reversed cymbal effect that transitions us into this part of the track. Then when we get into this part of the track, we begin to see a bit more of a development in Pheelz' vocals, right? So you've got the lead vocal, but then the lead vocal is being followed up by some follow-up vocals, like another layer of vocals, basically. I've just heard the introduction, or maybe not the introduction, but a more prominent sounding piano, which again is an awesome touch to kind of add to this overall kind of build within this part of the track. But also we've got an added percussive sound there, right? And that's some shakers. There might be some others in there that I haven't picked up on, but yeah, like from a percussive perspective, we've now got the addition of some shakers. I'll take it back to the transition just so you can kind of listen out for those things.
But you want me up, Angelina, so I give unto Caesar what is Caesar's.
There's the transition.
Girl, you like my work.
Follow-up vocals.
You can have it. I put nothing above you.
Nice female touch there.
So many love, but girl, you're the truth. You're the truth. And I'm so proud to call you my boo.
Banging. Okay, so what I really love, what they've done here, the back end of it, is the way that they've stripped all of the instrument, well, most of the instruments out, and they've just left us with the vocals, right? We've got the female vocal, right, just following that, and that's being repeated, and it's being repeated on purpose as well, so that it stands out, it catches your ear's attention, and if you're in the car, yeah, you might even hum along to it as well. And I just think it's a real nice touch to strip that away to then lead us into the next part of the track. Just listen to that.
And I'm so proud to call you my boo.
Female vocal there, being repeated. Follow-up vocals by Pheelz. Little piano there.
I thought I told you I really love you, and I don't care who had you. It's such a nice view. It's just me and you. You make the sky blue, the moon will pay you.
Okay, another thing that I've just picked up on here, which is slightly different to the first verse. Not so much from the chorus, but it is the rhythm of Pheelz' vocals and the way that they're being delivered. So in this second part of the track, they are just a little bit more pacier in this second part of the track, and actually that's a good thing, and it's not uncommon for artists to do that, you know, to switch it up on the verses, whether they start pacier and then they slow it down, or whether they flip it the other way around. It's not uncommon, but it's just a really, really nice touch just to keep things moving, keep things fresh, and kind of shifting as we go through.
I thought I told you I really love you, and I don't care who had you. It's such a nice view. It's just me and you. You make the sky blue, the moon will pay you. Hello, hello, show you the game.
Harmonies. Okay, right. So this is a smart move, right? So let's go back to what I was saying about the verses, just kind of the second part of the song, right? Just picking up that pace a little bit with how the vocals are being delivered, right? And you notice at the back end there, he decided to go high, right? And that's really important, because one of the risks with picking up the pace and almost having a bit of a consistent flow, but not changing the range, is that it becomes the potential monotonous of that tone becomes much more apparent to the ear, right? So it's important that if you are running that sort of flow, that you do something vocally just to switch it up, so you don't get to that point as a listener going, man, this feels like it's dragging on, doesn't it? Is it just me, or does it feel, do you know what I mean? So just absolutely smart that he's taken it up there. Now, another addition to just quality production is as he riffs this higher note, right, they add a piano riff that follows the exact rhythm of the riff. And that's just a really nice touch because it just complements it. I'll take it back just a few, right? Just listen to that, man. Piano run, man.
So many shit on the street, and I've been through places you've never been.
Strings are back in now.
I don't chop breakfast, lunch, and chop dinner. My heart is cold like the winter, but you want me up, Angelina. So I give unto Caesar what is Caesar. Girl, you like.
Okay. Right, after this, I'm shutting my mouth, man, because I've just heard something that I know I'm going to like, right? And I ain't pausing it. So, the one thing that I wanted to pick up on here. So, let's go back a little bit to the transition that I was talking about almost at the start of the track, that kind of reversed cymbal type of sound, right? They use the exact same thing here to transition us again. But they gave us a cheeky little bonus, right? Because they added, man, some big drums into it, like dun, 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 as that transition happens. Now, what's the thing that I'm going to shut my mouth on, right? And just kick back and listen to? The strings, man. They've changed up the rhythm of the strings. So now, instead of these slow kind of long strings, we get dun, 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 this kind of rhythm to them, right? And again, man, production-wise, what a smart move. What a smart move, man. Okay, that's it. I'm going to take it back. Listen to those big drums, and then that's it.
Fast lunch and chop dinner. My heart is cold like the winter, but you want me up, Angelina. So I give unto
It's gonna come up.
What is
Hear that?
Girl, you like my
Strings.
and it's giving love. You can have it. I put nothing above you. You know I put nothing above you. So many love, but girl, you're the truth. Girl, you're the
Repetitive female vocal backing. Yes, mate. Pianos, man. Okay, really like how they have literally just kind of finished us off there, right? Done something similar to, I can't remember what part of the track that it was in, but basically where they strip out the instruments, but they've just done it for a shorter period of time here. So they literally cut everything out, and we just finish off with some absolutely stunning vocals. Absolute banger of a track. All right, guys, final thoughts on the track. Okay, so let's start off with the opening and the down-tempo beat. So I really liked how they opened us up with that kind of pacey melody. I liked how Pheelz opened us up with just some vocal runs and riffs. And then we had the down-tempo beat, and, you know, I said it in the video, it kind of threw me a little bit because I was expecting it to be a bit more pacier, but actually, right, way better as it is. The second thing for me is the strings. I love the fact that they weren't consistent throughout the whole track. I liked that in the earlier parts of the, well, pretty much in the parts of the track where they were in, other than the back end, we had these long strings, right? The notes are quite long and drawn out, but when we got to the back end, they really picked up the pace and changed that rhythm, and it was a nice switch up. And again, we've got the piano in there as well, so the two complement one another really well. And then the third and final thing for me was the focus on the vocals, the way that we had this hint of the female vocal come in, especially sort of like within the verses, but then when we got to the meat of the track, There was a lot more, she was much more consistent, repeating that kind of, well, just riff or run, really, but it sticks in your ear. I liked how they were following up on Pheelz' vocals at certain points of the track, especially within the meaty part, but also the harmonies that they applied. And I also just kind of take us back to when they stripped everything out, right, and they just kind of left us running with the vocals. So I like the fact that they've paid attention to those and they've put effort into them, but more importantly than that, they've executed them really, really well. Okay, that's it from me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see you in the next one.